So we were just talking about hedge apples, these
Yeah.
Osage orange, and you knew somebody that
Well,
made
there's
some
some guy I read,
some
some guy I heard it or read it on the radio TV
he
that
made
he got
some
caught making
moonshine.
moonshine out of those hedge apples.
Yeah.
Now,
So
I didn't say moonshine; it was alcohol, but
right.
I would
Yeah.
say,
Ethanol
how could
alcohol.
you alcohol? What kind of alcohol did he make?
Yeah.
But they charged him with untaxed whiskey.
Right.
That's what
So
they do. That's what they do when they catch you.
so where you're from in Tennessee, everybody made moonshine.
I knew a lot of people made it. My dad made it, and he'd go out. He'd go at night. He'd go work that still, and he'd come in. And we had a stainless steel kettle, I call it, or a container.
It was stainless or it
Maybe
was
it
something
hold
else.
about a gallon. Wasn't stainless steel. Maybe it was aluminum or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
It'd hold about a gallon.
Right.
He'd come in. He'd sit there right in the middle of the dining room table. Now it was backings, he called it. It was mash off the workings. When you put corn in and water it down, it becomes mash or whatever they call it. It ferments, you know.
Yeah.
And it looked like buttermilk,
Right.
about that thick. He would come in, he'd bring that, and he'd put it in that kettle and set it right in the middle of the table. Me and my sister, we had what we call a straw, was a quail from the pole, the damn pool, damn fishing pole, we'd cut
Right.
them off and make a straw out of it like.
Okay.
We'd sit there at the table, suck that up in there, man, it's just like drink good old tasting backings off of that moonshine. Still, that was corn, this corn mash.
Uh-huh.
We were fatter than pigs. Man, that was good. And you wasn't drunk. You never got out of shape on it. But Dad, he said, "Oh, you guys will like this." I said, "Yeah, I do. Bring it in." Dad got caught one time. The revenuers come down in there and they caught him. And they took a pick and an axe or whatever and they chopped his steel all up, and that's all made out of copper. And it cost a bunch of money to have that made or buy the copper and all that. Now, back then, I don't know how much it cost, but I guess it's pretty expensive. They broke that steel all up and charged him with making untaxed whiskey. And I don't know how he got out of it. I don't remember him ever paying anybody anything. But he went and bought another still, and he went into him and his buddy down there, Hicks. They went together and they started making moonshine down there in the hills. He had a shotgun, Dad did, sitting down there against a tree. And he says, "That darn revenue comes in here, he's going to get it." And I said, "Now, you wouldn't shoot him, Dad." "No, I ain't going to shoot him. I don't think I am." I said, "You wouldn't want to do that." Sure enough, they come down in there, and the same guy that broke his still up before. And Dad picked his shotgun up. The revenue come down there. He said, "Hey, I got you again." Dad put a gun on him. He said, "No, you don't. I got you this time." And he said, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you orders right now what to do. You have caught me. I'm making whiskey illegally. But what you did before, you broke up my property. And I've got allowed to shoot you if you pick up an axe or pick or anything and stick it in my steel, my copper there, I'm going to shoot you because you're stealing my property. You're destroying my property, and I got a right to kill you. Well, the revenue said, "Yeah, I guess you would." Hubert, he knew my dad. He says, "Dad, I don't know if Dad might have shot him." Well, he said, asked my dad, "What are you going to do with it?" He says, and they were driving an old pickup truck of some kind. I don't know what it was. And my dad told him, he said, "Well, if we get all that stuff out of it, we have to dump it. You're going to take my still." "Well, where are you going to take it?" "You're going to take it up to Livingston, to my brother's house. He's got a garage up there." There was Dr. Will Brown. He's got an old block garage up there. And we'll take it up there. And he's riding on the fender. When they come up out of that field, I can see my dad now. He's riding on the fender of that car, and he had a shotgun pointed right at that revenue. "When we get up there and put that still in there and lock it up, I'll take my gun off of you." And he did. They took it up there and locked it up. But Dad said, I think you think you're above the law. You're not. You breaking up. That's private property. You can't come on my land or on my property and break up my stuff because I got a right to shoot you. I never will forget my dad. Whether he would have shot him or not, I don't think so. Dad wasn't that type of person, but he let him know.
Yeah.
You don't break my property up without paying for it. If you want to pay me for it, that's fine. But we made moonshine. Nobody got hurt over it. You made a little money, so what? You fed your family and you bought your whatever you needed to buy, or food, or farm equipment, or whatever.
Wow.
But we never hurt nobody. We'd have our nights when we'd have a jam down there. Everybody played music, and they'd run us kids out, and they'd take over a bedroom, clear all the furniture out, and they'd just have a big old stomp in there half the night, drinking and playing music. And believe me, we made music out of anything we could get a hold of.
Wow.
And we just had
That's
a good
great.
old time on the farm. What else you going to do on the farm?
Yep.